good afternoon and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 3, Raith Rovers 0, and an easy victory at Ibrox. Wasn't a great watch. Join myself up to your back in the show is Albert. Afternoon, Albert.
Afternoon, mate. As you say, an easy enough win, wasn't it?
It was. I think it panned out how we sort of expected it, mate, in some regards. Obviously, they really camped in, and we just didn't move the ball as well as we have done because of the lack of space, and we eventually got the goal, and then we huffed and puffed. We won easy, but it wasn't a great spectacle, if I'm being honest, Albert.
I was playing deep, mate, and I was playing deep. I mean, one time they were playing behind the goals. Good grief. I couldn't believe it. I knew it would be a low block, but I didn't expect it to be that low. Come on. Anyway, it's a victory, and as old Davey says, it's through to the next ground. And by the way, Davey and myself got that score right. So
yes, 3-0. Yes, one prediction, one correct. Southside, 100 predictions, none correct. Is that what you're saying to me?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'll ever love them and show them my system.
Well, when you're on top of the world events, mate, when you're on top of world events. Right, listen, I just thought we didn't pass the ball quick enough. I thought at times, like particularly in the first half, these big goals and your point goals and John Lundstrom, they just don't move the ball quick enough. That's something they've got in their game when we're playing these teams with a low block. Actually, the guy I thought that made the best passing for us out the game, out the whole game, bizarre as it seems, was Ben Davis. I think every time he got it, he done the right thing, he moved it. You know, even though he didn't create anything, but it was hard for the forward players because it was 10 against 6, basically, wasn't it?
To be fair, the forward players weren't in the game. Cholak, Kent, or Sakala, they weren't in the game. They couldn't get in the game. No, I mean, it's not that I'm saying they were bad or anything. They just couldn't get in the game. It's one of the difficult ones that the ball really needs to move its speed to get them into the game. And then when they did get it, Kent did get it, for example, he even slowed it down. And I'm saying, no, you've got to drive on, son. You've got to take them on and move them. You're not moving. That pass. It's not what we want for him. We move them about, we get him the ball as quickly as possible, and we're expecting him to drive on. So he wasn't driving on today. Neither was Sakala wasn't even in the game at all.
No, it's one of his quietest games ever, if we're being honest, Albert, yeah.
Aye, and Cholak wasn't in the game either. There was nothing coming his way, you know what I mean? Didn't matter where. I mean, in fact, at one point, he had everybody stealing his position. He had Sakala stealing his position, Tavernier stealing his position, Golson stealing his position. People keep wanting to play centre forward for some odd reason. I'm saying, going to get out the guy's way and give the guy space to work. Yeah, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We won. That's all I care about. We won. And we did play the ball too slow. And we played it across them and in front of them. These teams that play like that love that. They love when you play like that. It's so easy to defend again.
If I'm being critical on this, no, it's only my observation on the whole thing, but I think with that kind of game, we can play a different set up and gear ourselves a natural winger wide. Yeah, when you see how a team's going to set up and just leave somebody really wide. Either that, you just date with one of the fullbacks, just tell them to stay up the park, don't come back, yeah?
We're doing that with Barisic. He left him up with that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Barisic was firing some really quality.
Put in some good balls, aye. Some decent balls now.
But they always seem to fall to their centre half, apart from the one at Golson. But the other centre half just seemed to be in the right place at the right time every time.
The boy Lang, it was with us, I don't know, 2018-19 as a young boy. He must have hit the ball 100 times. He must have hit it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know many times that boy blocked that ball or headed that ball out. He had a good game, boy. But again, that's down to us to work that out and say we need to. He's not getting pulled out of position, especially in the cross balls. So you need to be smarter on that. You need to go like that. Right? We need a second, third runner here, and it's the third runner you hit with the ball for the cross. And that's basically what Golson did for the goal, by the way. And I went, I'm using my brains now. That makes sense. And it was a good goal, by the way. Took it really well.
Oh, good header, aye. Good header. That was actually the highlight of the first half, yeah.
Aye, it was, mate. We huffed and we puffed, and we played I wouldn't say we hit the heights of Wednesday. We played some nice brand of football, but nothing is going to really hurt the team. No, I mean it's just pretty to watch at times. Nice passing, loads from slowing the ball down, as you said. Goldson slowing the ball down, as you said. I told you, Goldson touches the ball. I think Goldson must touch the ball more than any other Rangers player. He's actually a playmaker, believe it or not, mate. And that's why at times we play so slow, because he touches the ball too much. But anyway, apart from that, his goal was a cracker. I'll give him a due. His goal was a cracker. Good bobber, cracking goal. But that's about it. As you say, that was a highlight of the first half.
Aye.
I'd love to sit here and say, oh, we this, that, the next, but there's nothing there you can say.
No, it was you can only say how it was, mate. All right, if it's all right for you, we'll get these phone lines open and see what people think, yeah?
See if somebody sees something different, mate.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I'd be interested to see what people think, you know. It panned out exactly how I thought. I was just hoping we'd get the 1 or 2 goals in the first 20 minutes, half an hour, mate, because that changes their whole mindset and setup, and then we can go on and entertain. I suppose a good thing for us is John Suter and Midfield got a bit of time.
That was a big positive. I mean, that really was. Don't get me wrong. No long after they won that, nearly scored. We nearly lost that same goal again, doing that right-hand side. But they got on and they get some game time. And see the strange thing about it, seeing that Raith opened up there after it went 2-0. They played some nice football. You can play, by the way. I'm saying myself, maybe it's better staying 1-0 and they stay back because they created that chance, and then the chance, that one with the volley in the first half that nearly caught McGregor out. I mean, it was a bad pass to Colston, set the boy up. That'd have been a goal of the season.
Goal of the season. Goal of the century.
And by the way, it wasn't that far away. It really was. But you see, no, hang it annoys me with McGregor. Now that's a warning. You go, I'm not going to try it again. Somebody else tried it in the second half, and I'm saying to myself, what point I was trying to make was, you're caught out of position again, twice in the same game. No twice in the same game. You better learn your lesson, because see, I'll tell you one thing: the Premiership teams will be looking at that and going, never noticed he's off his line that far, and he'll get caught. I'm telling you, if he keeps this up, he'll get caught. But it was some goal. If it was one of our players, I'd have really, really wanted that again. Some goal. Anyway, that was their sum total in the whole first half, wasn't it? But
I don't think. I think we were on up the park about 3 times the whole of the first half, and then maybe twice in the second, mate. And that one you talked about when across the box, that was it, you know.
That was it. That was the game for them. That was back up the road now. It's one of the Scottish games, isn't it? And by the way, do you know what's going to happen? You know the headline? Brave Raith. What a well organised Raith. Oh Christ. It's Scottish football at its worst, mate. It really is. It's praising this sort of football. If it's something really new and we've invented the wheel, they're all at it. I mean, many teams have we actually watched playing like this. But they always get the plaudits. They always get the plaudits. It's because Rangers are a big team. Forget about big team, wee team. Just let's talk about the football, the actual entertainment. But the Rangers are trying. We're trying to play football. We've got some cracking players on there that can play football. They're just no interested. We'll see what happens. We'll try to keep us in on each, and then maybe get a free kick or a corner, or maybe even a penalty kick with VAR. And that's basically that. That's the sum total. People are paying good money to watch it. I know it's a shame. It's an absolute shame.
Aye. Listen, mate, you saw the shape right for the start. I think it was like a 5-4-1, mate. Shuffling across the boy, and he came back and he was actually playing. The boy who had the shot was actually playing at midfield as well. So, listen, we got the job done. You know, did we play well? No, it was after the Lord Mayor's show after Wednesday night, and that'll be the criticism we'll get. because of that, mate. You know, because we set the standards. But aye, fair play to the guys getting the 3-0 victory, and good to see the two boys coming back and getting some game time.
Haji, I know, remember, he got on and off.
Oh, I forgot about Haji, Haji, come on, game time, and Scotty Arfield. Then comes on and scores, mate.
That's what Scotty does, isn't it?
I've got to say, what I liked about that goal was the fact that Cantwell at 2-0, a lot of players would have took it in and say, I'm going to get a shot away here, try and get a goal. He never had done the right thing, Walter.
Aye, that's what we keep saying. Do the right thing, play for the team, and he played for the team, bang, goal. And it was a good goal, good work goal. Haji was involved in it as well. He looks super fit. Haji, I mean, look at him. I keep saying that. You look at that boy come back after an injury, the shape he comes at, and you look at Alfie, the shape he comes at. Who's a professional here? Who's a more superior professional? You got to say we had, you know. You got to say we had.
Attitude, mate. It's just attitude, yeah.
Aye. It definitely is, mate. The wee boy wants to be fit, wants to play, wants to further his career. You can see it. But Relis, doesn't he? He's just happy doing what he does, whatever that is. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. The second goal, all right, that was a fluke. That was unlucky. The boys unlucky. Tried a big bad swinging.
You couldn't do that 99 times out of 100. That was harder to do, wasn't it?
99 times on the clear. That's over the stands. That's gone. That's like a good defender just getting rid of the ball. You know what I mean? Get it away from the danger area. But unfortunately for the boy, it came off his boot and flew in the top corner. It happens. But as we keep saying, if you don't put the ball in a danger area, I know that wasn't a shot, but if you don't put the ball in a danger area, you've no chance of getting these breaks. I mean, it's luck. I'm not saying it's played for. It's luck. If you don't shoot and you don't cross, you're not going to score. It's simple as that. And that's what happened. Just a simple cross into the box. The guy misses it, mistimes it, slices in and out. You know. And many times in the first half especially did we have opportunities to shoot. Golson, Lundstrom, Raskin, every one of them had a chance to shoot at least once, and they didn't. They didn't take the opportunity. Just a crowded area. Whether it in, you never know.
Aye, you're right. I mean, look at the one that Tavernier had. Tavernier had.
They come up the post.
They have to hit the boy and then hit the post. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that should be part of your tactics for that low block. I mean, I don't know how these coaches are no drumming it into them. Keep shooting. We said it before in the pre-show. Keep shooting. Just keep shooting. You never know what's going to happen. Just keep shooting, because if they're going to sit in there, you have as much chance at ricocheting after something getting in as if you're putting it straight in the net for yourself for 20 yards, 25 yards. But keep shooting.
That's a great point you make, because see, we're a low block with a big sort of traditional centre halves, if you like, that are good in the air. Do you maybe no change how you put it in? Put it low and hard rather than a typical cross, if that makes sense, Holbeer.
Exactly. Say that all along. See, you're crossing the ball in, or you're going to drive the ball in, and these centre halves keep sliding in and at the near post and clearing the ball. I'm going, why are you putting it in along the ground? Don't put it in along the ground. Put it in waist high, waist to chest high. You put it in that's really impossible to defend. You're either going to give a penalty away or put it in your own net. You've more chance of doing that and you have more of clearing it. So you're playing the percentages, but no, we play along the ground in these big centre halves, and we know the position they take up. You know that. I mean, that's the thing. It's not that they're going to change. You know where they're going to be. So make it difficult for them. We don't. We just keep batting. Taff had a couple of ones in the first half, especially to put it in. And he's trying to batter along it. He's Cholak and he's trying to batter along the grunt of him. And they're just cutting it out. You're saying, come on, lift the ball slightly, son. Make it harder for him to defend. But anyway, they don't do it, so I don't know why they don't do it. But I would say that's down to coaching. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that's coaching.
Sometimes I think there's a lot of luck. I think people put a ball in an area. You see a classic today with Redvan, you know, and he nearly puts in the goal, but it's a cross. I think people, when they cross it, play it in an area, mate, and it's sometimes it's perfect, it goes to the striker, sometimes it's too close to the goalie. I think there's a bit of luck. I don't think it's that precise. It's like when you play a drive down the fairway, mate. You know, there's a bit of luck involved, isn't there, when it bounces, no?
I remember the way you play, not the way I play, mate. It's very accurate with me, skillful.
Very accurate in the bunker.
I might be playing for the bunker, remember. Sometimes I do that, because I'm a good bunker player.
Only so you can get your bucket and spade out and that.
I thought you said something else. It was bucket you said. Oh dear. But anyway, back again. We get through, mate, and that was the most important. Davey said, get through, and we got through. So we're in the semi-final draw now, and that was the purpose of the game today, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Oh, listen, over the years we've seen games like that, Ibrox, you know, in the league, and we've seen them in cup ties against lower league opposition. You know, we have seen it, and made them. It's not a new thing, is it?
No.
You know.
We could have wrote the script of that game today, couldn't we? I know John came on this morning. He's hoping he's going to see an open game, but he knew himself in his heart of hearts that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
I get it. I get it in some respects, mate. You don't want to open up and get it done. Anyway, we've been joined by Blue Star. Afternoon, Blue Star.
Afternoon, all bear and Oxchair. Oh, we're through. It's all you can say. For me, guys, Ken and Sakala, now I get the fact, we all know that they need space when they're running with the ball, but if you're standing with your back to your defenders and basically most of their team in that 18-yard box, then it's down to your midfielders when they're spraying the ball about in front of them. Surely one out of four has got to break the lines and they've got to burst into the box with the ball. But for Ken, honestly, that's no frustrating. That's just absolutely diabolical. It was dreadful. As for Sakala, the wee boy will try his heart out, but no, the lack of brains is it's just demoralising to watch. I don't know, guys. I just don't get it. A forward line with three guys and there was no movement in the box at all. Yes, they'll run out to the wings to collect the ball. I mean, how many times did Kolak get the ball out in that right-hand corner wing? I just don't get it. He should be told the same as when Alfie's playing. You don't come out that box, son. That's your job, to be in that box. Your winger's job is to be out there and hit the ball into you. And then when they're in the box, not one of the three were moving. Cantwell, many times do you see Cantwell with the ball? Even we're asking. The one thing I love about him, guys, you must admit that. See, every time he had that ball for the midfield going forward, every single ball goes forward. It doesn't even go to the side wheel. It goes forward. So there's guys here punching balls through, and they three are up front, and they're no moving. They're no moving into the areas that they should be moving. What do you think?
Albert?
I can see what you're saying, Blue Star. It's a difficult situation. I know you've got to give them some cut up some slack. It's a difficult situation, but you're right. I want Cholak between the sticks. I don't want him out in the wing either. I want him in there because he's deadly when you get him in there. But again, it's down to Kent and Sakala to feed him. And the midfield, don't get me wrong, they're not going to have athletically. They've got to feed him as well. But it's difficult. I've watched Barcelona struggle against low blocks. You know what I mean? In their heyday.
I don't think any of the front six were good, mate. Including I don't think the midfield were good. I don't think the forwards were good. None of them were poor, but they weren't great in my opinion. You know, everybody sees it different, but you know, but I just
think the lack of movement for it. I mean, I get it whenever you're playing against basically a full team. It's running about that 18-yard line. I get that, guys. We all get that. But surely the guys that especially if you're a midfielder, if you're watching your forwards and they're not running and they're not getting through into space and there's too many defenders around them, then surely to goodness when you've got the ball, you've got to burst into the box. They're all hanging about that 18-yard line, and the two of you hit the nail on the head there. You're then getting the ball and they're passing it sideways, and not one of them want to actually shoot. And we're watching it time and time again. I just wonder what they're doing in training half the time. And they know that everybody in their granny knows that's what they're coming out to face. So you're saying to yourself, well, surely you must be doing things to break the lines. It doesn't seem to happen.
I think training and setting up, it's training. How much training would they have done? Day after Thursday.
But Ox, I know, but shooting, come on. The lack of shooting for our players it's breathtakingly bad. It really is. We've seen it all season. It seems to be it's left to 2 or 3 guys, if that, during the game, before MDs are allowed to shoot. The vast majority of them are just not there.
Yeah, I think it's difficult against that. It's not a great watch. It frustrates you. And it's also easy when you're watching it to see the passes all there. It's not so easy when all you can see is the opposition run about you in it, because they're all crowded run about the 18-yard box all there.
Aye. That's why teams like who do the low block, they don't mind like your centre halves and your full-backs getting on the ball all the time. They don't mind that at all. What they don't want is your quality players to go on the ball and run about their area. But they're quite happy for Tab and Barisic and Ghost and Davis and Lundstrom and all them to get on the ball, because they know they're not going to hurt them that much for that distance. No, I mean, they'll just know, because they've not got the quality there. But if you start putting Cantwell in these places and breaking lines, and look, we Arfield, come on, Arfield done it on the part, and it shows you how to do it within 2 minutes when on the part. Arfield breaks a line. You go like that. Learn that for him. Nobody ever seems to learn that for that guy, because he's brilliant at it. He's absolutely brilliant at it. But as we're saying, it's difficult. I think the three are saying the same thing. We all know it. We see it. But it's no easy. It's just no easy. As Ox says there, Blue Star, you look up and you know yourself. If you look up from midfield and all you see is a wall of pink jerseys, you're going, well, where's our players? You can't seem to see anybody.
I think the trouble is there, Albert. I've seen you're watching it at the game, or when you're watching it on the TV, you see the pass, you see, knock it 30 yards. You don't necessarily see that if you've got the ball on the pitch.
Aye, it's at ground level.
Aye. You don't always see it, Blue Star, do you?
No. The other thing I'd like to touch on, Ox, is why the Union Bears weren't allowed in that ground. And I get it if there's the banners that are supposed to be offensive, but I've had photos sent to me there, and I'm bewildered with our board for allowing the police to check where the banners were. That's not on. You seen it today. Let's not kid ourselves on. I get the fact if the board don't like what they're putting up. I get that. But in the same sentence, that they boys create the atmosphere in that ground. There was nothing in there today. Absolutely nothing.
I don't think they were bad for the Union Bears statement. They chose not to go in the ground, mate.
I know. I realise that, but they've got a point. It's because of what happened to their banners. So it's a 50-50 thing. But oh boy, our ground needs the boys in it. There's no doubt about it. Our players need atmosphere, and they were playing in front of nothing the other day, and yet there was still over 40,000 in it. So, you know, they create the atmosphere.
What happened to them? Was that the protesting? Did they?
No, there was the banners, and they were removed, and the clubs made a statement, and the Union Bears have made a statement. No got a dug in the fight. I'm sure we'll discuss it as the week goes on. Because we'll not be able to get a lot of discussion out of that game, Albert.
You better book a couple of turns, by the way, because you're going to struggle. A couple of comedy actors.
What I did like, guys, I know he was only on for minutes, I get that. But see the way the wee Yilmaz runs with that ball, even the way that he hits it, Ox, you can see that wee boy, he's riddled with ability. I've no doubt about that. Even the way he hits that ball, he hits it so sweetly. He's so assured on the ball, you know. So hopefully we can see a bit more of him now.
He's comfortable on the ball. Definitely comfortable on the ball. But just give him time, get him fit, and don't put him under too much pressure. If I've been fair with him, all better.
Aye. I'm with Blue Star. Aye. I like it. Look at the boy. The boy looks good. Just nurse him back into it. Nice and easy, get him back into it. Trouble is, the season will run out too quick for him. No, I mean, you'll just get him at the end of the season. You'll go really good, and then at the end of the season, it'll be he's waiting next year. It's always waiting next year, isn't it?
And if I'm being honest, one of our better players today and one of my most consistent in the last few weeks has been Borna Barisic.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Oh, I see he's crossing the day, guys. Goodness me. I mean, I played as a forward. The balls that he's putting in, you're saying to yourself, goodness me, get yourselves on the end of them because you know it's coming in. His balls a day that were in. I don't know how many crosses he had, Ox, but goodness me, to have nobody on the end of them bar one, I just don't know at times.
We never seem to have anybody running on his crosses, do we? Blue Star.
I know.
We never seem to have anybody running right onto them.
Never. And it's almost like you're looking for, which makes it even, as Ox says, it makes it even better on the guy. It's as if he's literally got to put the ball right on the flipping tip of their heads. As you say, nobody seems to ever run in knowing where the ball's gone. You know, it's bewildering at times.
They all jump for a standing still. You know what I mean? The ball comes in and they seem to jump for a standing still. You're going, how are you running onto it? Why? You've lost the centre half and you're running onto it. I mean, Alan Shearer, I'm telling you, see if he played with Alan Shearer has scored double the goals he scored during that Premiership.
He's unemployed at the moment, Mickey.
Aye, get him up.
Aye.
Maybe to Bill's credit, look at a positive today, the fact that when Bonner was putting the balls in, he did move Sakala to the right so that he could come in, and he did come in a couple of times. He comes in like Superman Sakala, didn't he? You know, he does that leap he's got, didn't he?
Well, he can go some right away, man. He really can. He's got some spring.
You did a ball, you did it.
But he's as soon as he's airborne, he's as erratic airborne he is in the ground. No, I mean it's like a flying, it's like a pigeon that doesn't know what it's doing. No, I mean he's flying through the air. He never had a good game of it at all, man. He really didn't. He just couldn't get in. Yeah.
I don't think that game with the pack defences suits him, if I'm being honest, does it?
I don't think he's skillful enough for it, mate.
No, your touch gets you know, when you get the ball, there's maybe one or two players, and you get by one, you'll maybe see another one there. But he's done all right for us, but it wasn't his day today. But he's still entertains even when he's poor, all but.
Oh, I know. He's always doing something. No, I mean the fact that he wasn't playing and he's jumping about the place like a maniac. No, I mean you still see him in the game, but he's not playing well. No, I mean it's different to not playing well and you're disappeared in the game. Like Kent does sometimes. Sometimes he just completely disappears. But man, when he's not playing well, he's still in the game, doing something. No, I mean not particularly well, but doing something.
Aye, and it just shows you Tav get another assist. Was it Tav that put the cross in for? Was it Tav or was it Lorna for the first goal?
No, it was Tav.
And then so
for the goal and for the own goal?
No, the first goal.
No, that was Borna.
All right, so Tav on his stats, so he'll get an assist for that own goal. It's just mental, isn't it?
And if he scored that one at the post, did they go to that? The one, the deflected one that went on the post, did they go to that or no? I don't get that. It's nowhere near the goal, but I'll give you it.
Well, even on that, guys, I mean, you're right in what you're saying there. If you take that, Taft takes a pot shot, and look how near that nearly went in because it came off somebody and it only just hit the post. That's the whole point of shooting. I just get bewildered at times. It's frustrating. Okay, you've got you've got a whole, never mind a packed defence, you've got the whole team in front of you. So why not have more pot shots that go? I'm bewildered that our midfielders just don't do it more often, especially when they're up, when you're in front and you've got that wall in front of you. It makes all the more sense. Otherwise, when you've got a free kick, guys, what's the point of having a free kick if you don't have a shot to go? You know what I mean? It's flipping logical.
I think if you don't shoot and you constantly don't shoot, it's easier for defences. So you then have a situation where, you know, it's like if a winger always goes to the outside, it's easier for the defender. If you do shoot, they've got to then run it and close you down.
Move out and close you down. Aye, exactly. Oh, bang on. You know, it makes sense. And then see if that defender's running out, You know yourself, if you've got wee guys up front that are fast on their feet, that's when they dart in for somebody to slip a ball through, just the same. You know, but we get through that. That's the main thing. And I'm being honest, guys. I hope we get them tomorrow night in the semi. I really do. I hope we get them in the semi. I do.
Okay. All right. Well, there's only us and them really left in the competition, isn't there? Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm no bothered who we get, Blue Star. You've got to beat two at the 3 to win it anyway, so it doesn't matter what two you win.
Mind you, we're saying that, guys, after watching that today. Does it really matter who you even get to Hampden? Because they'll play the same way if it's any of the other two. You know? So, I suppose it's easy peasy.
That's a strange.
The sponsors will know want us drawn with them for the semis, I'll tell you that.
No, definitely not.
It's a strange setup this year in the cup, isn't it? It's a sad indictment in the top league, isn't it?
Definitely.
You know,
I keep getting back to all. I mean, we talk about stats, and you can make things for whatever way you're trying to determine an argument or a debate. You look at us, and the best two performances we have had, let's not kid ourselves on, was against the two Edinburgh teams. Yet you look how far they are off the summit. 34 points with Hibs. 37 now. 37 points away adrift to Hibs, and 32 points with Hearts. I mean, come on, and we're looking at the two performances and thinking, well, our team played really well because that's the next two teams. But on an overall consistent basis, it's absolutely shocking. I've never known it as bad Hawks. I really haven't. No way points differences. I mean, these teams are really, really that poor. And that makes all the more galling that our team we really should be rolling these teams out. That's the basis here. And okay, we're getting consistency in the sense that he came in. We know that we have won the games. But in performance levels against that inferior opposition, and the other inferior, you've got to call it as it is. That's why they're so far down the table with points. You know, so, but hopefully we're getting better. And you know what, he knows he's going to make changes in the summer. It's just all to do with recruitment now and who he gets in.
They're all poor, Blue Star. They're all poor because that's what they voted for. So
that's
what they voted for.
Yeah,
no
doubt about it.
They've not recovered. It's actually killed them as well, but they fell into it, mate. They bought the con, and the con worked, but maybe we'll talk about that during the week, but
that'll be a good conversation, mate. That'll start a ramming.
Aye, you know. Listen, fair play to Raith Rovers brought, I think, about 1,700 through.
They said 3,000.
Nah, I don't know if it was quite that many, mate. But,
I go to 2,562, and then the camera.
Did you count them in the second half? Did you?
Aye, well, that camera allows you to do. I mean, who does the camera work? That's dreadful. You're looking at a ball boy, and you're going, "What am I looking at this button?" And the player's raging up behind him. You go, "What am I looking at this ball boy for?" Well, I don't know who's actually the director or producer of these cameras, but it's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful camera work. It's somebody ought to have a word with them. They really should. Anyway, another complaint, another moan. Thank you, lads. That's what I do for a living. Professional moaner.
You're also good at it, mate.
Aye. Oh, years of practice.
The other thing, Ox, was that, I mean, Albert was right when he said earlier, the ironic thing is, when you seen them actually having a wee bit of a burst to go when they were 2-0 down, they actually played no bad football. They really did. It's not as if they were thing, but they actually played all right. It shows that they are capable, but they're that determined. No, if we only get beat 1-0, it looks better. That seems to be the attitude.
I think they've got a plan. Try and get to half time, then it'll be try and get to 70 minutes and take a chance. No, it's the exact same as we're watching pretty much 90% of the home games domestically that we watch.
That's Steve Clark and that McInnes started that. Get 80 minutes. If you get 8 minutes and it's nothing each or 1-0, then we'll have where we go. And every team's copied it. And it's boring. It's dreadful. But that's that Clark, that's Steve Clark, and that McInnes. That started that tactic, mate. And everybody follows it. Not a team in Scotland don't follow it.
Joined by Damarnock, evening Damarnock, or afternoon, should I say?
Good afternoon, lads.
Afternoon, mate.
So that's us back to Hampden. Happy days.
That's a positive, mate. That's a positive, and the history of the books will see 3-0, mate. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Yep. They weren't really in it, were they? So it was a horrible game to watch. Probably sitting there, know what I mean? Their fans made a bit of. At one point, they were cheering every pass of the ball, but that's what away fans do at the wee clubs. So happy days. 3-0. Hopefully, no injuries. Kind of worried when Davis went down at one point at the end. It seems to have ran it off, and Yilmaz and Suter getting to run it, and more minutes than Hadji. So a training game, wasn't it? Really? Well, we should have scored more, but it is what it is. 3-0, low block.
You're
Scottish game, mate.
Yeah,
you're spot on there. A typical game that you watch at Ibrox, mate.
It was a lot of players were after game, weren't they? Just so many. Sakala, just nothing was coming after him at all. Cholak was nothing happening, and it's just, I think we were expecting the same performance, weren't we? But that was our expectation. The reality was completely different, but it is what it is. But as I say, the main take for the day is that we're back at Hampden, and we need to make up for Beale's mistakes in the last game and playing injured players, or being conned by injured players, as far as I'm concerned.
No, that's a good way of putting it, mate. I think you're right there.
Obviously, Tillman's took a sore one, and he's not been seen since that guy for Thistle crocked him. Probably ruined a good. He might have made a difference in the final, but he was crocked.
Should have been playing, should he? But
no.
Should have been playing. But what did you take for the day when Suter came on? Listen, we don't know what Suter's like under pressure. We've not seen a judge. My initial thoughts in the day were when he got the ball, he moves it reasonably well, Kilmarnock, yeah?
I didn't realise, as much as he was in where I sit in the stand of Jardine, it's right where he is in the second half. I didn't really notice much about him, to tell you the truth. It's not really a game to judge him either.
No,
but if you're saying if he's got time in the ball to spray the passes, that's fine. But it's when the pressure's on in it, and they've got you're playing a better opposition, a higher level of opposition, then it can be judged. But I'm just glad to get minutes in the park, and he never get stretched or daft.
I don't know what you're saying there, Roxy. He looks nice on the ball. I mean, he passes the ball okay, right? I think the big test is going to be his mobility, mate. That's going to be the big test for him. I don't think it's his football or his hearing ability. I think it's his mobility is going to be the test. And you never seen enough today to judge that. No, I mean it was.
No.
But I'd like to see how mobile he's going to be. Golson didn't look that big enough. I'll tell you that.
Well, maybe have to get used to it, mate. What about Ridvan? You got a decent view of him, Kilmarnock, where you sit. He sort of glides over the ground. Well, again, we didn't see enough to judge, but he's definitely can move, and he's a positive player.
He's good. He's got good feet. He's quick. The only thing is he's about 4 foot nothing, isn't he? But hey, he's a winger. So well, he's a left back, right back, left back, and that's his size. Know what I mean? So as long as he's willing to put himself in where it hurts, size shouldn't matter. Apparently,
he's not exactly the size of Borna, but Borna's not the type that comes and wins a lot of headers neither, is he? Star, is he? That's not his strength neither.
No, not at all. I think Borna's maced his game. Let's be kidded. The same as Tav. They're far better players going forward. I mean, Borna the day. Let's be truthful. The amount of balls that the guy did cross in, he was majestic at it. On the Suter one, Ox, I've been truthful here. just watching him, when he was in a different colour of shirt with Hearts, the bit about the mobility. Listen, if it's just me, I don't know. I don't see great mobility for Davis, not by any stretch of the imagination. I think Big Suter, if he could keep him fit, I'm being honest, guys, I think he'd stroll through most of the Scottish games. Europe, that's a totally different matter, but in the Scottish game, he's tailor-made for it. He's done it his whole life. It's just keeping him fit. He's certainly no bad in the air, Ox, you know. He's better than Davis in the air. That's easy meat for him. But mobility-wise, most of your centre-halves don't have to be fast. Certainly not in the Scottish game.
No, but you have to be aware. You know, they have to be aware. I suppose it's a unique setup with centre-halves, no matter they'll touch the ball a lot more than other teams know going forward, throwing it.
Aye, as far as Davis is concerned, I've not seen anything that makes me go, oh, what a great player he is. What I've watched him, I think he's average so far, and I hope he keeps getting. Hope he gets better and better. To say I've not seen a standout performance from him. Maybe that will come. I don't know, but that's another central defender back in the mix, so it gives them competition in it. He looks quite barrel-chested. Suitor, doesn't he? He looks quite chunky. You know what I mean? To tap his body, so he can hopefully he'll be through his weight a bit. But it's just I'm just glad we've got another central defender fit. It looks like Highlanders away, aren't it? Just with his injury stuff and everything else. So I don't know. Do you think we'll bring another central defender in?
Aye, I don't think there's a doubt.
Yeah.
Albert.
Yeah. Aye. Talk about Hollander. I just looked at that start the other day. There's only 36 games that guy's played for us, and 22 of them were in the season we won the league. In the league, he's played 22. So you're sitting going like that. That's how much you're going to miss that guy. I think he's a brilliant defender, Hollander. Suter, can he replace him? Don't know. If Davis, can he replace him? I like Davis for the fact that he can read a game. He's really clever at reading a game, and he uses that to cover a lot of his weaknesses, which a player should do. You should use your strengths. You play to your strengths, but in the air, I don't think he's brilliant in the air. I don't think he's bad in the air, but I don't think he's brilliant. If you're going to play against a big team, and we have this season, especially that Kilmarnock team, for example, he fared all right, but I think they missed a trick. They didn't play to their forward strengths. You know what I mean? So, but I like Davis. I think he's all right. I think he's a clever player.
I think the thing is you'll not notice him, Kilmarnock, because he gets it, moves it, does the right thing with it, and then just goes back into position. Comes forward, gets it, you know, and I'm way Albert. I don't think he's the quickest, but you don't notice it because he reads the game. You know,
I think he does read the game well, and I think he's so that's all down to positioning as well, isn't it? As much as you've not got the speed to combat the forwards. It's where you're standing in the park and where you're reading where the ball, you think where the ball's going to go and where they're running to. And that's what you need as a defender, especially if you don't get the pace. But aye, as I say, I'm not saying he's not a good player or anything. I've not seen a standout performance from him consistently. It says right, he's a cracker, but he's doing his job so far, and that's good for me.
Aye, I don't think he's one of these guys you're going to get a 9 out of 10 for. I think he's the kind of guy that he's like a Papach type. He'll be consistent.
You need that as well in a team, don't you?
What's that, mate?
6.5, 7 every game. No, I mean that's what you're going to get with him.
Mm-hmm. Aye, steady.
Aye, that's it, man. Right, here's a real tough one for you. You ready for this, Albert?
Well, I've got my textbooks. It's like a cracker.
Aye. Man of the match.
I'm going to give
number 77 for them.
Come on, Albert.
Barisic for me, mate, just for his crossing.
Aye, I can see that. Blue Star.
I'd be inclined probably to say the same. I've got to be honest, guys. For me, I think Raskin and Cantwell, much as they weren't outstanding today because of the low block, but the movement for Cantwell, I've got to be fair. The guy's all over the pitch. You've got to give him that. I'd concur with what they said in the TV. Oh, see the guy that we had that was playing for them at the defence. The amount of headers that boy got on the end of that was a breathtaking performance for that boy. I can't mind his name.
Tom.
For us, he had an outstanding game for them. Let's not kid ourselves. But for us, I suppose you could go with Borna. The amount of crossbows the boy put in was exceptional today. It really was.
Kilmarnock?
I think probably Cantwell probably got it as well. He got it at the stadium, didn't he? But Raskin done a power run as well. I'd like to know how many kilometres he runs during the game as well. What an engine he's got, and he's just all over the park, even doing the defending. I'm looking at stats with 18 corners, and as you say, that defender got a lot of them. Got to see on a lot of them. He done well, that boy. 24 shots, Brad, 8 in target.
I'll tell you something about Raskin, Kilmarnock. That boy needs to watch people running off him. That's twice now I've seen people running off him. One in the Hibs game for the goal, and there was one today. He let the guy run off him as well, and they nearly scored the day as well. He needs to watch that. It's not a thing yet, but it could become a thing.
Well, that's a negative. Here's a positive. See, when there's a wee Stramash in with Cantwell and at least Raskin was in helping his mate, wasn't he?
Oh, I like that.
He was right in there, wasn't he?
Aye, he was right in there.
Performance today.
Cantwell was just getting back what he was getting, wasn't he? And then that player ran at him. Then Raskin ran there and pushed the guy. You know what I mean as well. So see that you're not messing about with your players, and we've been badly missing that as well. Things happen, and our captains at the other side of the field don't want to get involved. Because to me, if you're a captain, you're right earlier. You should be in the middle of any melee, you know what I mean? Any player should back your team up.
That's another point, by the way. It's a good point there. See that one on Cantwell where the referee played the advantage? Beale needs to start calling these referees out on this advantage nonsense. It's not an advantage. Every time Rangers get an advantage, it's because he doesn't want to give the foul. He just simply doesn't want to give a foul. If you watch other teams, Hibs done it against. We've done it against Hibs. You let Hibs go 2 moves, 2 passes, then he pulls it back because it wasn't the advantage. Us, we were running back towards goal at one point. We're in goal, and he's saying it's an advantage. What's the advantage in that? There's no advantage. He just doesn't want to give the foul, and he's not the first referee he's doing this. They're all starting to do this.
Well, but when they stop the play when somebody is doing injured now, and the boy didn't even go off the park. He didn't even go off the park. Didn't get treatment. We stopped the game. I don't know. And then the goalie smashes into the boy lying. He did smash him, their goalie, and it was a bit of head knock. So I understand that, But I don't know. Some strange wee bits were on that first half. Kilmarnock.
Funny how none of them were going down the second half, was it? Once we got the goal, there was like 5 times at least it got stopped in the first half of their players lying about the run. Never happened in the second half because we're doing a goal. So it was all just play acting, mostly. Try to hold out, and try to get a breakaway, and try to steal a goal. That's all they've got in it. You get a low block, hope for one chance, and they take it. But that's their tactics, and you can understand why they do it. Because if they opened up, they would get torn apart, I suppose.
Well, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the afternoon. Last word for yourself, Blue Star.
3 goals, it's a win. We're into the semi and we're back at Hampden. Let's make it count this time. Thanks for having us on, Ox.
Cheers, mate. Kilmarnock.
Aye, thanks for having us on, Ox. I speak to my mate, Blue Horizon, and apparently he's wanting to buy you a pint. He says you're the best thing since sliced bread and you're a breath of fresh air on here, so keep it up. 2 are voting for you, mate. Chat again. I
don't do social media, mate. I don't do social media. Hang on, mate. Hang on after the show.
Right.
Albert?
Aye, glad to be on. Didn't enjoy the game. Great win. Into the semi-final. Don't care who we draw.
Here. Thanks to Blue Star and Damarnock. Thanks to Allbear for joining us. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. It's on of all things Rangers. If you think that was bad today, 6 years ago today, Pedro Gina joined us. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Davy Whitey manages the best team in the land. Davy Whitey manages the best team in the land. Davy Whitey manages the best team in the land. And the Jazz go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. And the Jazz go marching on. John Gregg, he is their captain, courageous, bold and true. He just loves to play for the boys in Royal Blue. John Gregg, he is their captain, courageous, bold and true. And the Jers go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. And the Jers go marching on. Ibrox is their home, that's why I'm mighty proud. And if you come to Ibrox, you will see me in the crowd. And when they score a mighty roar, the fans will sing and cheer. And the Jers go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. The Jers go marching on. Glasgow Rangers, glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers, glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers, the Jers go marching on. Ibrox is their home, that's why I'm mighty proud. And if you come to Ibrox, you will see me in the crowd. And when they score a mighty roar, the fans will sing and cheer. And the Jers go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. And the Jers go marching.